Welcome back to another weekly meeting. Am I doing what the Lord told me to do? So voila, these are but it must be a lot of
they played and said, house. Their song became very, is that your marriage is doing good? The enemy don't like that. And he's coming after you and your spouse. You telling me that things in your house is growing and flourishing and everybody's getting better and you God's man or you God's woman or that God's house, I'm telling you right now, the enemy is coming. Why? Because you are a priority target, because the enemy knows if he could only disgrace you. So that's the thing that some in ministry miss, is that as soon as you enter into ministry and you say, I want to be a preacher, I want to be a deacon, I want to be an elder, I want to be a minister, I want to do this, or I want to do this for God, I understand what God is calling me to do. As soon as you do that, you become a higher priority target, and the enemy wants to get you.
So just finished watching my Sunday sermon. My church moved everything online due to the winter storms, so just praying everybody stayed safe and is nice and warm. But the sermon was really good, and I feel like it just touched on something that I've kind of like vocalized a little bit last vlog, with how I was watching like a podcast about just how the devil hates believers who are doing what they're supposed to be doing for the Lord, and how that is his kind of ammunition to bump up just messing with you. And this Sunday sermon was just talking about when David was really on his P's and Q's and doing what he was supposed to be doing, and Saul was still after him. And while everybody was like walking around chanting like David, it was like David killed tens and thousands and Saul only killed like thousands or something like that. It was like this little song that they were singing, and everybody would assume that like David was a big guy, like he was that dude, but actually he was still going through a lot of stuff because Saul was hunting him. Like Saul was in the process of revving up his jealousy and doing everything that he could do to make life hard for him. Mind you, Saul is the father of Jonathan, who is David's best friend. So it's a really tricky situation, and that's how sometimes the lives of believers can work out, where on the outside it seems like, oh, he's doing great, he's doing amazing, but on the inside there is so much internal conflict, there's so much stuff that just is going on. And the sermon really was just about staying encouraged and keep running the race even when stuff like that happens, because it happens to everybody who is doing what the Lord tells them to do. But also when you take solace and comfort in the Lord, instead of trying to find solace and comfort in other things, your outlook and your just perspective on everything that's happening to you in the time of trial will be totally different, because you are truly getting a balm for your soul when you go to the Lord with it, versus going to material things, going to online, going to fame and fortune. Like none of that stuff is going to comfort you the way the Lord can comfort you. So I feel like that was a really good timely message, because I kind of articulated feeling a little bit of that last week, just because the devil hate when you enter a new place and you just sit there shining your light and you have to keep going, you have to do better, you have to get even like more disciplined, and you can't let the devil's attacks sway you from doing what the Lord told you to do. So amazing sermon to start out this week. We're gonna see how the rest of the week goes, because baby, the work office is closed tomorrow. Okay, I have a fresh cup of tea and I'm about to do some classwork. I'm taking one course this semester and I have yet to figure out which day I want to designate to doing my class. I think I may just decide to do them Sundays because all the work for each unit is due Monday. So every Monday I'll have stuff due and then the new unit opening up. So if I do everything Sunday, like that'll be my goal at the latest to have everything done Sunday. That allows me to just like open Monday up with all the new unit work and I'm not still catching up, if that makes sense. So I have to read a chapter of the textbook plus the vocabulary, and then I have 3 assignments plus like a mini quiz. So totally different type of setup from like my English major typical work, but this is not for my English major. This is a totally different like type of design based, media based certificate. So yeah, let's get to working. Okay, hey guys, it's the next day. I ended up turning in all my homework last night, kind of late last night, and I'm taking off my little sticky nail tabs. One of them came off, like it started to peel, and then I just was able to peel it off completely, so I took it as a sign to redo my entire hand. They lasted a week, and I'm not mad at them because I literally applied them in like 15 minutes, like just trying to see how they would work. But I'm about to do a different set, one that like requires UV curing. I told you guys about it last week, but I'm watching this new Amazon Prime drama called It's Not Like That. It's supposed to be like a modern Christian TV show, and I was literally just thinking about like how much Christian media like is like limited in some of the like access scopes of like The Chosen got really, really big because it was like the first kind of major TV show about like the life of Jesus and like bringing it into light and stuff, but it still isn't like contemporary, meaning like it takes place like in current times. This one is a very like contemporary one. Like it, like I'm watching it, it reminds me of This Is Us, if you're familiar with that type of show, with like the parents have a storyline and the children have a storyline. But I'm only like, I think I have like 15 to 20 minutes left on the first episode, so I'm really early to like the franchise and I can't really tell you what it's about just yet, other than it's the main characters are a pastor and his family, and then his wife has passed away, and then so it follows the wife's best friend's family, because basically the families used to just be like super, super close, but the best friend has gotten a divorce from her husband, and that happened right after the wife passed away. So now the pastor and the wife's best friend are basically relying on each other to help each other with like the kids and everything, and like try to find a new normal. But of course then the kids are going through stuff, so it's like a very like family oriented type of show. What? That's crazy. Not on my good Christian TV. What is going on? I'm started on the second episode. The first episode ended crazy, but they already like squashed whatever that was, because oh girl, that was tea already.
My dad, he just kept going off about wrestling.
We can provide it to you. Furnish is out, and your dinner is in the fridge.
Girl, what is going on with this oldest daughter?
Sorry.
Oh my god. Me again. Just finished my nails and finished both episodes of the Christian TV show. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I want to show y'all my outfit though for tomorrow because they said we're going into work. So I have this burgundy top. It's like a mock turtleneck, and then a cardigan that my older sister got me for Christmas, so I'm gonna wear that. I got a couple cute pairs of flats from Walmart that were all on sale for less than $10. So if you're looking for some nice flats for work or professional wear, I wanted to make sure I told y'all where I got them from. They're from Walmart, and I got the Time and True brand. So I wore my silver ones literally like so many times last week. These are super comfy. There's memory foam in them, but I have yet to wear these ones. These are also $7. These are just like a snake skin, and then I also got a cheetah pair, and I really want to wear these during the week, but I just like need an outfit because I was gonna wear them with the pinstripe. You heard my knees crack. It's that cold, but I was gonna wear it with the pinstripe sweatpants, but I don't know. I'll probably have to try it on tomorrow and see which it was looking right. But let's get into the TV show. I have always wanted to watch like a Christian TV show that's like very modern, like very in the like right now and today. And the show is good, but I already know why possibly people will be mad about it and be like, this is not a Christian TV show, because there is mess and drama in it. This is an adult Christian TV show because the stuff that is discussed is very grown topics and stuff, but it's real stuff that be happening and real stuff that I feel like should be depicted. I don't know, because for me and mine, I always believe that like Christian media, when it's made for Christians by Christians, it really needs to depict what people are going through. But when it's made for Christians for non-believers, it's different to me. I don't know. And I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Y'all have to watch the first 2 episodes and let me know what you think. The first one is on Amazon Prime for free. So I say watch the first episode and see what you think. You just need to have an Amazon account. You don't have to have a subscription or anything. And just let me know what you think, because the ending of the first episode, I said no. I had to go and do a free trial because I said I need to see the second episode, and then the second episode cleared the first episode ending up, but I was like, all right, y'all, we are done with work and it is cold out here. I'm ready to go lay in my bed and rub my feet together. Okay, y'all, we're back from work, and I just want to talk to y'all real quick because the Lord showed me a really cool analogy like these past couple weeks of preparing for work and then really getting into the schedule of things. And the Lord showed me the way we clock in for work, we have a daily task list, we have meetings, we have one-on-ones, the way we have a set work schedule and expectations and kind of goals for the position, and we have specific job titles. The way we have all of that is the way we have it also in the kingdom of God. And I think recently I really have been asking myself, what am I supposed to be doing for the kingdom? Like, what's my job? And am I clocked in? And I just have to really check in with myself a lot about that. Just been feeling like that because that was a great analogy the Lord gave me. And I was like, let me make sure I'm clocking into work for the kingdom. Making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Good morning, guys. It is a very, very chilly morning, but we're heading in, feeling super blessed. Getting here quite early, and just like that, workday is done. Okay, guys, we are home. I just finished reading 12 Ordinary Men, the book I've been reading on the disciples. It's been my kind of like daily, I don't know, checklist to read a chapter, or not a chapter, or read a couple pages out of a chapter when I get home from work, just to get myself off of the screen. So I'm now about to watch The Matrix for my little dose of screen time. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched this movie in full, so I'm curious to see. I know like the visuals are insane, but I can't tell you what the plot is about, so we'll see. Alright, guys, it's a while later, same day though, and we are about to head out to Bible study at church. This is my little outfit. I have my emotional support bag, this polka dot bag. I don't know why. Anytime I need an outfit that like looks good and put together, this is the the bag that I always just choose and then like do my outfits around that. So we're about to head out. It's cold, but I'm ready for the word of God. Let's go. Good morning, ladies and gents. Heading in to work. I'll talk to you guys after. I'm wearing all black today and I feel so comfy and cozy. I'm ready to be productive in the name of the Lord and work like I'm working unto him. Amen. Okay, guys, off of work and we are now in Aldi, y'all know, for our weekly stop. And my sister's getting a bunch of just like vegetables. I'm not sure if she has recipes in mind, but I saw these cookie thins. It's supposed to be 11 grams of sugar for 6 cookies. I'm gonna have to tell you how they are because I've had a sweet tooth out of this world recently and I don't need to be eating all that sugar because I've been working out real hard on that Pilates mat. Okay. Okay, y'all, we're back home and I'm about to make some buffalo cauliflower and watch some shows. This is the recipe I use. It's from Pinterest. I made it this weekend. We're gonna make it again. I'm gonna link this recipe down below. Okay? Okay, so we have completed the first step, which was just taking the entire, hold up, the lighting is probably so bad. But we've completed the first step, which was taking the cauliflower, the head of cauliflower, breaking it apart and cleaning it. Now we're gonna go on to the batter. And the batter is 3/4 flour, 3/4 milk, and then your seasonings. And the recipe also is originally vegan, so the lady does almond milk in hers, but I'm using normal milk, girl. But I actually am super excited to be making this with you guys because when I made it on the weekend and I succeeded, I was like feeling myself because I would love to have like an arsenal of just vegetarian recipes under my belt. Since I've been a vegetarian for such a long time, like I would love to just like have some. And cauliflower wings are like my favorite. I used to order them all the time in college, so like it feels so special that I found a recipe that was super easy and I made it and I was like I was just feeling so good. So I just did the 3/4 of flour. Now I'm gonna do the milk. Ooh, ooh, girl, I just spilled milk everywhere. See, I got a little overconfident. See, the Lord keeps us humble. Thank you, Jesus, for humbling me. Let me slow down. Okay. Now for seasonings. For seasonings, the recipe says 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon paprika. Girl, I put as much salt, as much paprika, and as much like garlic powder too, just because I wanted it to have some seasoning to it. Doing this still in my work clothes is crazy, but I wanted to get this done before I changed because we just got home and unloaded our groceries. So bold to do this while wearing all black. Like, you mix the batter and there's no clumps, and then you just take each head of cauliflower and you dip it in the batter, and then you put it in the oven, air fryer, whatever. Actually, y'all, I'm about to add some water to this batter because I think I made it too thick because last time the cauliflower like breading stuck to the pan a little bit. So I'm gonna add some water to this because it's really thick like it was last time and I want to try to remedy that. I just finished battering the cauliflower and put it in the air fryer. It's 450 for 20 minutes. Okay, y'all, so the cauliflower is done. I got it out the air fryer. I just did the batter and then put it in there for 450 for 20 minutes. And I'm now about to make the buffalo sauce. I'm just gonna use the buffalo wing sauce and a little bit of butter because that's what the recipe called for. And I tried that out last time and it was good. I did it with normal hot sauce. And then I'm gonna do all the sauces like the other sauce. So I think I'm gonna do half buffalo and then half this honey sesame. And I'm just gonna literally just put them in the honey sesame. So essentially you just put the sauce in a bowl and then dip the wings in it really, really well, and then you pop it right in the air fryer. So for this buffalo, I'm gonna mix it with the butter, mix the sauce up really good, then dip the wings and put it in the air fryer. And then for the honey sesame, I'm just gonna dip the wings in that sauce and then put it in the air fryer. I'm not gonna add any butter or anything. And you put it in the air fryer for 450 for 5 minutes. That's what the recipe calls for. I did it for 15 just for added crisp. All right, y'all, voila, these are the completed cauliflower wings. So I have the sesame soy sauce, I think, and then the buffalo ones. The sesame ones smell really, really good, and that sauce was really sticky, so it really coated the wings well. So this is such a funny angle, but let's try a wing and see how it is. This is a sesame one. No, flavors go. But now let's try the buffalo. The buffalo was tea every time. Ooh, that buffalo. Okay, good morning, guys. It's the next day. We're about to head out to go pick up some things for my sister really quickly, but it's the next day, like I said, and I got this little cap that I'm gonna try to wear because it's freezing in Texas. Also supposed to be more inclement weather, so praying for everybody in the South that hopefully we stay warm this weekend. But I'm also still praying for Minneapolis, the state of Minnesota in entirety, and I've just been praying over the leadership of the world, because that's what it chalks down to. And as Christians, it's really important that we are taking the prayers and the worries that people are bringing onto the internet, and we're taking and forming them into prayers and giving them to the Lord, because especially seeing how disheartened a lot of people are about what's going on and knowing that they don't know Jesus, it is our job to take those prayers to God for them. And God hears every prayer. He knows every cry, but how much more can we care for our neighbors if we start praying on the behalf of them? But also, we shouldn't have to wait for something to impact us for us to care about it, because if Jesus did that same exact thing, none of us would be saved by the grace. None of us would be covered in his blood, because it doesn't affect him, but he took it upon us to just do that for us and to save us. So that type of lack of empathy is not anything that Jesus ever exercised. And I've really been praying against the spirit of I don't know, just like disinterest around things that are affecting people that Jesus died for. Like, that disinterest is something that I'm praying against every day, because it's so easy to be disinterested because it doesn't affect you, but that's pride at the end of the day, and that's lack of humility at the end of the day, to think that world events won't touch you just because they've been touching a different group. Okay, but this headband is this head beanie is actually really, really cute. I need to get some more of them, and they sit on my head nice. It's not squeezing my head too bad. But I wanted to catch up with y'all real quick before I head out, because the Lord's really has been teaching me a lot of lessons. The more I'm out of the house and really being a Christian in the real world, I realize how much stuff that you have to be aware of that I can't get if I'm just sitting in a house, just, posting these little videos, reading, spending time with family. Of course, I can still cultivate the fruits of the Spirit and be a good Christian within a household, but to be a Christian out in the real world is totally different. And so I'm just really thankful for all the lessons that the Lord's teaching me, and I want to continue to share the lessons that the Lord's teaching me with y'all, because that's the purpose of this, to be an encouragement and let y'all know really how this life of Christ can look as an average regular day person. Social media is not my full-time job. I have a degree. I'm in college still pursuing other things. Like, I'm employed now, and it's just different, the dynamics. And I think that's the really everyday life of a lot of people. They're working, they're in school, and so I want to give that representation to y'all. But the Lord this week really showed me that it's super easy to be a Christian in isolation and wonder why you're sinning and stumbling, because to be in isolation as a Christian is such a talked about topic of the people being like, I'm being in isolation right now for refinement. The Lord's really refining me. Also, if you hear hammering or anything, we're getting our roof redone, praise God. And I think there is time periods where the Lord will isolate you for refinement, but then I think you have to really be discerning in the Spirit to ask him, okay, am I done being refined and I'm ready to go out in the real world? Because I think especially when you're a early believer, it's like a really mixed bag of, you need to be in isolation with the Lord and really refine yourself and your thoughts and the way you govern yourself and speak to people. But then also you need to be in Christian community, good Christian community, so you have examples and kind of discipleship of what you're supposed to be doing. And so the Lord really has just been showing me that I'm kind of coming out of that isolated refinement season and really into community. But I've matured so much since I think the last time I've really been in Christian community, which was in undergrad, so a year ago. So it's been about a year, honestly, a year and a half. And I think the Lord is just showing me that the community, Christian community, is really, really helpful as you mature as a believer and as you enter the real world, because there's so many lessons that your fellow Christians in the running the race towards Christ can teach you. But also, he showed me this really random thing about marriage this week, and reminded me the words of Paul, rather, that when you are single, it is a blessing to only have to be focused on the Lord, because when you are married, you have to be split between your household, your husband, and then the Lord. And so I think it was just a really good reminder of everything I should be doing as a single Christian and as a Christian who's re-entering kind of Christian community and trying to find that again, because I think it can just be really interesting, especially when you come out of really rough seasons. When I graduated undergrad, I told you guys that was a really, really rough season for me spiritually. I went through a lot of stuff just from the consequences of me not reading the word, not praying, and not seeking the Lord like I should have. And I've been pretty transparent with that, while also respecting my personal kind of boundaries and sharing online. And so it's just really interesting coming out of that and the refinement and then now. So Good morning, guys. It's next day. I love doing a British accent. I used to do these all the time when I was young, but we are about to go out and do some cabinet shopping. This is my outfit. I'm wearing another one of these kind of net beanies. They're super warm on the top of my head and it's 40 degrees out, so I need to get some more colors just because practically for the winter season I need to have some more beanies and stuff like this because it be cold and my head be cold and I have a small head. It's a lot. But this is my outfit. I like the pop of color, and then I'm wearing my little gingham print bag. And I think I said this to you guys, but I'm just learning. I'm the type of person who really loves basic colors, but I like to be fun with my accessories. And it came from my mom always making my earrings and jewelry for like school every day. She would lay out my outfits and I would choose the accessories. And I think I'm just like that even now. I love when I can just like have a very simple laid out outfit. Like this is all black. This is all black. There's no thought process into this at all. And that's like the same feeling I think I had when I was younger, of just like no process at all into the outfit, but I get to really think and overload for the accessories. And I don't know, I think that's my style kind of, I don't know, philosophy, but feeling cute. Like I said, all black. I have a vest on, a long sleeve, then these like really big cargo pants with like white stitching, so that's why I wore my little Pumas with the white laces. And then I just have this puffer, and then like I said, my gingham bag, and then this knit to give me a little color. But we're gonna be out and about today, so I'm gonna see how much I can show y'all and take y'all along. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be on a book buying ban, but I got so many Priscilla Shirer books. I got Outdated, which I read. It's a book on Christian dating, which I really loved. I read that through my library, so I got that in there. It was $2. And then I got another book on dating. It was Single, Married, Engaged, something like that. It was like the 4 stages of marriage or something. I got that, or Christian dating, just because I've been really interested in reading up on it, because I do have the desire, you know, to be married one day. Okay. But I told you guys I broke my book ban by buying some books from the thrift store, so I want to show you guys all the books that I got, because they were all really good titles that were, I just think, really meaningful additions to my library. And it's super rare when I see so many good titles at once, so I just wanted to get them. We're still going to donate my books, but this breaking the ban for Christian titles feels a lot better than breaking the ban for secular books, because I saw a bunch of secular books that I also could have got, but I was like, no, I'm gonna stick with my Christian titles because my secular collection is a lot bigger than my Christian collection, and I would love to even it out. But we are still going to be giving away books, don't worry. Also, if you hear a barking dog, please excuse it. But starting out hot, I saw Outdated by JP. I actually read this during the summer and I really loved it. I read it through my local library, and it's just practical advice on Christian dating, but also it kind of talks a lot about who you are before you even date, and how kind of you should be thinking of yourself as a partner in a relationship. And it was just a really good practical book. Like, it was just super practical. Okay, the next book I got was The Forge, because remember, we saw this in theaters together maybe 2 summers ago, and I never read the book, so super excited to read the book. And then, since I just love Priscilla Shirer's writing, they also had Fervent in the thrift store, but I have Fervent in my personal collection. I have read it. I got another book by her, and this is The Resolution for Women. In partnership with the creators of The Love Dare comes a revolution that challenges you to realign your daily decisions in a way that glorifies God and fulfills who He created you to be. Period. Layered with biblical truth and seasoned with encouragement. I really love the way Priscilla Shirer writes though, so I copped this, and it also was 50% off, so. And then I got Single, Dating, Engaged, and Married by Ben Stewart. This is a little bit more of a worn copy, but it was $5, and I didn't mind it being worn just because something told me that it could be very informative. And I don't know, recently I really have been liking, oh, I think the same person donated these. Oh my gosh, the same person donated these as the Outdated by JP, so I actually really love that, because and I'm also only calling that man JP because they said he goes by that. I don't know that man. I don't know that man. But look, It's the same person. That's so cute. But I remember seeing this a lot during 2020. People were reading this often, and it just said it's about kind of the 4 critical seasons of a relationship and talking about kind of the studies that show like information about relationships, talking about what those studies are finding, but also talking about God's purpose in every stage. And I just feel like that would be really fun to read. This is a random kind of read, but this is Digital Minimalism: Choosing a Focused Life in a Busy World by Cal Newport. I have his book on deep work. I read it in undergrad for a class, and deep work is just about learning how to work deeply and really learning how to focus on one thing at one time when you're working in a professional environment, academic environment. And so I don't know how new this one is, but basically it's the same concept as deep work, but in a digital setting. And I work a lot in digital stuff, so wanted to apply this to my current professional and academic endeavors and see what good insights I can get out of it, because Deep Work, his first book that I read by him, was really informative, and I think about the tips and the tricks from that all the time. So yeah. But that's it for this vlog. I want to thank you guys for rocking out with me another week. I am so thankful for just having this platform every single week, and I'm really grateful for just all the lessons and the fun moments that I get to document through this channel. And I pray that we continue to just keep growing each other in wisdom and love and community. And yeah, don't forget to pray for somebody today, and just be the best person you can be today. Just the nicest person, the sweetest person, the most godly person you can think of. Try to emulate them today. That should be Jesus. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you for watching.